Now that I'm officially at 50,000 followers on Instagram, it's time for me to finish the car ratings at 50K video. Since YouTube lets me make videos longer than 90 seconds, I'll be going a little bit more in depth with each rating, as well as also doing a few more cars than I did on Instagram. But without further ado, let's get to the first car. First up is Brad's beautiful 89 IROC Z. He says it's pretty much stock, just has lowering springs and a Flowmaster exhaust. He wanted an IROC because his dad had one in the 80s, and what better reason is there to get a car than that? I think the car looks great. The blue paint is immaculate. I'm not too sure what the name of the color is, but it's just beautiful. It's awesome. It's also a T-top car, which is always a bonus in my opinion. And just because it looks so clean and looks like it just left the showroom floor, I can't give this car anything that low of a number. I'm going to have to give it an 8.5 to start. Next is Bonzo's 84 Mazda 323. It's his first car and he bought it as soon as he got his license, so instant bonus points for that. He says he found some rust, which he is dealing with by ordering some new body panels and painting them, so good on that, fixing the maintenance first, always like that. He hasn't done much modding yet, but he plans to lower it a few inches and maybe even turn it into a rally spec in the future. That sounds really cool, really awesome. I've personally never seen a Mazda 323 or even heard of them before. I'm not sure if they even came to North America, but it's a pretty cool car. It's quite unique. However, it is his first car, and although it's pretty cool and it is a classic, I don't know too much about them, but I'm just going to give this thing a solid 6.5 out of 10. This is Austin's 74 Camaro. It has a cammed LS1 paired with a T56 6-speed, similar to what would come on the later 4th gen Camaros, which I think is pretty sweet. He's currently prepping to repaint it blue because the green was a little much for him, which is definitely understandable, although I do really like the green. I think it's a pretty cool color. He's also putting a front clip from a 1980 Z28 similar to mine because he doesn't love the 74 bumper. I'm not too sure how it's going to pair up with the rest of the car, but I do know a lot of people often swap and switch out these bumpers for different years, which I think is really cool. A lot of people I know really do the earlier bumpers, so it's actually kind of cool to see someone choose a later bumper, which I really like. He's also got rear disc brakes, lowering blocks, front drop springs, headers, a 3-inch stainless exhaust, and some other really cool mods. The car's not done yet, so it's hard to give a proper rating, but based on how the car sits as of right now, I'm going to give it an 8.2 out of 10. But once it's done, it'll probably be closer to about a 9. This is Artemi's 1982 Datsun 280ZX. It's an NA car with almost 200,000 miles on it, and he actually bought it off the original owner. The car's only mod at the moment is upgraded brakes, but he also has a Donut Media sticker, so an extra 10 horsepower with that. He told me the car's battery was toast for about a month until he managed to get it going and drove it 1,100 miles with nothing but a truck battery as a replacement to help push it along. Nothing broke except for a chrome trim piece that apparently was rusting and needed to come off anyways, so that's actually a bonus. Although the car has probably seen better days, it's still on the road, it's still creating great memories, so for that reason alone, I'm still going to give it a 7.2 out of 10. This is the Little Red Camaro's 1978 Chevy Camaro. It's a 4.1 liter inline 6, and although that might not be as cool here in North America, this car actually lives in France. It's all original besides paint, and with its motor, it might be one of 2 or 3 in the entire country there. Since this car is in Europe, mods aren't really allowed, but I was specifically told that this car is no garage queen, and she plans to drive it as much as she can while only replacing old parts with new parts. A fun little fact, the car is so unique that everyone in her town and within a 70-mile radius knows this red Camaro since it's so different from the rest of the cars there. I love the color matched rims as well as the fact that this car is all the way in France, so I'm going to have to give it a 7.2 out of 10. This is Aiden's 1975 Firebird. It's got a 383 stroker motor paired with a TH350 3-speed automatic. The car also has Bluetooth and subs for a more modern sound system. I believe he lowered the front end a little bit to give it that real muscle car stance, which I really love. I was actually planning on doing something similar to my car soon, so him doing that, honestly, just looking at it made me really want to do it to my car. The red is really clean in my opinion, and the wheels setup is just perfect. Those classic chrome 5 spokes with that really beefy tire, I think just looks really, really good. With that 383, I'm sure this thing moves pretty good, and he looks pretty cool doing it. So I'm going to give him a 7.7 out of 10. Here we have Christian's 94 Mustang GT Cobra replica car. It's got pretty much everything the Cobra has, like the intake, body panels, brakes, and other things. He did unfortunately tell me his differential blew up, so he is currently working on replacing pretty much everything from the flywheel all the way to the rear axle with more performance parts, which is good. A lot stronger stuff, hopefully. I believe this is the first year of the SN95 Mustangs, which is really cool. However, I do prefer the new Edge, the later years, but that's just my opinion. These are still really cool too. The Cobra body panels really bring out the shapes and lines of this car, and I really like the red. I think it's a good color to get for these Mustangs. I do like the Cobra styling. However, it is not a real Cobra, so I cannot give it too high of a rating, but I'll still give this one a solid 7.5 out of 10. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in their cars to participate in this video. It's really, really cool to see what my followers drive, especially when they come from all different corners of the world. If you've stayed to this point in the video, please think about subscribing since I have a ton more content coming to my YouTube channel in the next few months. And thank you again for 50,000 followers on Instagram. It's really a big milestone, and I'm really pushing for 100K by the end of the year. Let's do it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.